What's up, y'all? NRW Nerds Rule the World, back again for another week of entertainment picks. And boy, I think there's some dope stuff coming out this week. Quite a few. Two of them I'm giving you 4 picks this week, Heather. Two of them I think are some of the year's best, to be perfectly honest with you.
I
Stay
think you
tuned
throw
for
that
those
around
reviews.
too much sometimes.
I have been, but it's been kind of cool the past. There's been some really good material.
Mhm.
But I'm also talking about the whole year. I think the year started off kind of but it's been picking up. And I'm curious as we get in more into award season, what other projects like really may catch our eye. But I gotta tell you, I'm surprised by these two that you'll see in a second. But 4 picks. But before we get into that, Heather, um, we got to talking, as you know, before we got recording. I know there's stuff you're holding it down, you're working super hard, you getting all that education done.
Yeah.
But when you have time, what are you watching? You know what we do every week, Heather.
Mhm.
Anything new, different to point out?
No, it's we're right in the middle of spooky season, so we should be watching spooky things. Of course, I'm too busy to do any of that, but um, things that we can talk about. We haven't done the review yet, but both of us got to watch the Radleys before it came out. You had an interview. I think it's already up on the channel.
Yes.
That came out this week. So watch that. Very interesting vampy story if y'all are into that kind of thing. Uh, I started a new documentary, which is the stories behind the trials. So shout out to the paranormal stuff, the paranormal documentaries. You'll see it up on the channel soon. I interviewed one of the executive producers of Out There, Crimes of the Paranormal. So all of those fun, spooky documentaries that are out now from Nat Geo and Hulu, they're up, they're fun. But other than that, just trying to catch up on some stuff. Ranma One Half, the rebooted series came out on Netflix this past week. I've only watched the first episode, and so far, it basically you could probably put up mirror to mirror the original and this one, and it's almost the exact same damn episode. It's just with like the updated graphics and stuff like that. So other than that, just catching up on some anime,
Okay.
doing the things that you normally do. What about you?
Well, like you, a lot of stuff is coming out soon and stuff we can't talk about, some stuff I can't talk about. So I'll throw in some stuff real quick that is dropping this week that didn't make it to my picks, but I would still, just because there's just a lot. And I also want to kind of give it across the board thing. So Curses dropped last week and I think this week as well a little bit. But well, I know the interview drops. My homie over there, Heather, spoke with Gabriel Neva, Space Pandora.
Neve.
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 That interview's up on the channel. Check it out. But Curse is a fun little series. I watched like the first 3 episodes of season 2. But they drop the entire season?
I believe so. I believe it was a full drop on Amazon. I will say this: the heading into it was a very last minute interview on our behalf, and so the only thing I got to watch was the final episode of the first season. And I am arachnophobic, y'all, and the entire last episode is them fighting a huge goddamn spider. So I did the work to get that interview, my friends.
He did the work, y'all.
The work.
But the interview's on the channel, y'all. Go check it out. And season 2 is out there and available. It's a fun little show. And like you said, Heather, it's spooky season. I think it's perfect. And it's a perfect family show for the spooky season that you can watch with the family. The art's dope. Gabrielle, editing that interview is awesome. She's also in Gremlins, the Wild Batch that Heather had that junket as well. That'll be out there. I spoke with the creators of Curses, and I'll have that interview up hopefully in the next couple of days as of this recording. I've been very busy. Cadell Lake drops this week as well. It's a new horror thriller that's set in like the New Orleans Bayou, the actual Cadell Lake, and it's produced by M. Night Shyamalan. Look for that interview coming up. I spoke with the writer directors on that. That'll be available. I checked out that. New reality series coming to Max, dropping this week with roller skating. It's called Roller Jam. I've never seen a dance. We have a lot of reality dance shows, but we've never had a roller skating dance show. And it's such a cute little show. Jordan Sparks is the host. Johnny Weir, figure skating champion, is also one of the hosts, along with Terrell Ferguson. Soul Train legend dancer is on there, and they also have guest judges every week. I checked out the first 4 episodes of the 6-episode season. And it's a really cool, fun show. I was a dancer, used to be. I don't dance like I used to anymore, but I just think it's crazy to just, I'm to dance along with on skates just seems terrifying to me because there's wheels on the bottom of your feet. You're moving around. That's crazy, but people are able to do it and are amazing performers on that. Freaking Johnny Weird does what he does on the ice, and those are blades. Props to people that are able to perform with those additional devices. I don't know. I'll just be with my 2 feet. But anyway, Roller Jam drops this week. It's dope. Check out my interview with Jordan, Johnny, and Terrell up on the channel. Cadell Lake dropping this week. Check out those interviews. Like I said, Curses. Heather got that. Shrinking, I think, is dropping next week, but we'll promote it more next week.
I can't talk about it yet. I have not watched the
Shrinking.
entire season yet, I swear.
Season 2 drops next week, but we'll promote that next week. And we'll have all those interviews up in time for that. I have a laundry list of interviews that I have to edit, y'all. So they're coming. We've been putting in that work. Heather and I have even more work that we put in this week. But thank you for all the supporters, those people that see what we do and that we talk about it, to just show love and light to just things that take our mind off of the insanity that's outside our door and the crazy politics of the world at the moment. So let's get into things that'll take us off our mind of those things. You ready to get into the first one, Heather? I know
Sure.
I said a lot. I was vomiting at the mouth just now.
No, that's all right.
But we got some great picks, and you've done some great work. So I was just wanting to make sure we promote all of that.
Well, you missed one still. I just did an interview for Girl Hunts Boy, which is a very cute little YA rom-com. I interviewed the 2 leads of that film. That movie comes out as of this recording tomorrow, the 10th. And that's on
Yes. Girl Hunts Boy is great. Yeah, shout out to Heather.
Netflix.
Peyton List. I forgot the other guy's name, but we know Peyton from Jesse and Cobra Kai. But a great little film. I thought it was very sweet. And yeah, dropping this week. Oh my gosh, there's so many things dropping this week, Heather.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get to our picks to cover the gamut, I guess. I'm all over the place, y'all. We're going to just go into it. Terrifier 3 dropping this week. It's spooky season time, so I wanted to throw this one in there. Let's go.
Terrifier, you got to.
You survived the most famous serial killer since Jack the Ripper. The 5-year anniversary is coming up. I think a lot of people would really like to hear from you after all this time. Want to know what it's like to be in the presence of that kind of evil. What goes through your brain when he's close enough to you. You feel his breath. I saw him today.
Who? How can you be sure it was really him?
I could feel it.
Who's this Santa? He's scaring my kid.
Yeah, he's scaring me too.
Hey, Santa's handing out presents!
Why would he come back here? Even if he was alive, which he isn't. Wouldn't you want to get as far away from here as possible, as far away from you?
We both know this isn't over. I have to go back to the Terrifier.
It's still buried there, isn't it?
It might be the only thing that can stop them.
Chris Jericho?
Looking forward to the best Christmas ever, filled with fun, smiles, and laughter.
Oh my goodness. All right, Terrifier 3. Heather, I think a week or two ago we talked about mixing our holidays with with Christmas and the spooky season. But this kind of goes hand in hand with this one.
you can have. I'm okay with it being Christmas as long as it's clearly Halloween, and Terrifier is clearly Halloween. And then of course you also have the movies that are like they can be both at the same time. Bruce Willis is wrong. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. But I'm very interested. I love Terrifier. It's a really, really great example of what a little bit of money can go a really long way and make a really fun series. But trigger warning for everyone, there are numerous critics who have confirmed while in theater that they have either had to leave or that there were people passing out or throwing up in the theater.
That's nuts, y'all.
So like for someone like me, once again, I love horror, but I am a pansy. I accept who I am. So I was always probably going to be one of the people that saw this film when it came out on demand or, just came out on stream. But there's some serious concerns. They've never been willing to like hold back. They don't hold back in one or two. They just kind of had the budget. They didn't have the budget to go full blown. I think it's going to get bloody. I think it's going to get real bloody.
I think so. Yeah, it looks crazy. I hadn't seen this trailer. I think we saw another teaser way back when.
Teaser.
Although I feel like I haven't been spoiled, which is fine. But, there's some stuff in there. But yeah, I'm so intrigued by this. Hopefully, I've been working on this content for y'all. We'll have something. If not, Heather and I are planning to see this, and we'll talk about it. But Terrifier 3, y'all, let us know what you're feeling in the comments below. I love that it's, as you said, Heather, it's getting out there. It was like a small kind of project, and they kept on blowing up and blowing up. That even at our Spirit Halloween, they have the zombie babies. There's a Terrifier baby. I don't know if you've seen that. It's like cool. It's like wow, like a little indie project is like starting to like really pick up. So shout out to everybody behind Terrifier, man. Props. All right, next up, Heather, you were talking about anime. Getting into that. There's a new anime heading to Netflix based off of a video game that I'm a big fan of. I'm talking about Tomb Raider: The Legend of Lara Croft. Let's check this out.
Long time coming.
What is it you're chasing? What is it you're running from? If it's your past, your demons will always find you. Miss Croft.
History doesn't always tell us the whole truth. Because the real truth is too difficult for most to bear. I have to figure out what this is all about.
Sounds like you could use some help.
Jonah! I'm looking for something connected to my past. Something important.
Why is everything so dramatic with you?
I ask myself that all the time.
I have a bad feeling about this.
We need a new plan.
Run!
Get her! This is new.
Sometimes I swear you have a death wish.
Maybe you do.
I think we got off on the wrong foot, Miss Croft.
You mean you trying to kill me?
Something like that. No! Lara! You are nothing.
You're a poison.
The thief is dead.
No. I'm a survivor. Do you trust me?
Of course.
Always.
I brought this. You're gonna need it.
Is it ever gonna be enough?
Right, there you go. Dropping October 10th to Netflix. The Tomb Raider: The Legend of Lara Croft. What do you think about this one, Heather?
Very excited. Haley Atwell, she was one of the very first people announced for it, and I was very excited to hear her play Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider is one of my favorite video games of all time. I started playing that way back in the 90s, end of the 90s, early 2000s. It's one of the few games I play with my dad. Like, I love the series or the franchise. And what I really like about the show is it looks like it's mixing a little bit of that classic appeal. Not square boobs, but hey, not all of us are perfect. But like a little bit more of that classic appeal with her modern take. And she's a little older than what you see with a lot of the comics. Like, she's kind of in college or right out of college. This seems like it's been a little bit after that. So I like that they're kind of mixing those two basic lores together. At least that's what it looks like. But Lara Croft the Tomb Raider is a classic series, and I love it. So I'm excited. I'm very excited. What about you?
Hell yeah. I am super excited. Like you, was playing this video game since its inception, since it first came out. I was in the military back then, in the Navy years ago. And I spent many hours just, have nothing to do. I'm in the Navy. I'm on a ship away from family. I spent many hours playing Tomb Raider and just seeing this evolution. It became even more, for this particular series, I became even more interested when my friend Earl, who's a great voiceover actor, he was the voice of Jonah Maivia in the video games. And he had, built up some acclaim there. But when he and I became friends, he's part of my actors group, the Filipinos Actors Barkada. Shout out to Fab. I've heard we were talking when he booked this, and what upset me a little bit was he played the voice in the video games. They were making this anime series, and he had to audition for it. They didn't initially want to give it to him, which we all know it's because Hollywood think, oh, we can push in a new, bigger name actor or whatever, right? And I think that's what they try to do, but the people spoke up, and he won Jonah back. And as we see from that trailer, my man is all throughout that. So shout out to my man, Earl Bailon. So happy for this brother. He's such a good guy, such a great actor, and just love to see that he's shining in this. And also want to shout out Alan Maldonado, who plays the voice of Zip. He's the one that gives Lara her guns at the end. He's that particular character. I had Alan on, quite a bit here on the NRW, and just a good guy as well. So just happy for those two brothers, and really excited to see this series because it just looks awesome. I'm a big Indiana Jones guy. I've always wanted like a great, to see it further on. Tomb Raider took over that mantle, and now we're getting this anime series. I'm super psyched to check this one out. Heather.
Yes.
All right. Taking me back to my Navy days, if you will, with this next one. And like I said, these top two of these four picks, they're all great. But I think they're some of the year's best, these two particular films. Back when I was in the military years ago, partying up, I met this young, skinny cat who was apparently a up and coming musician. He went by the name of Pharrell Williams. Later found out that he's the Pharrell Williams. All I know is I was drunk and just having fun. And turned out this guy turned into a superstar, a cultural icon. And coming to theaters this week is Piece by Piece from Focus Features, along with Lego. It's basically a music doc on him through Lego. And so much fun. It's a great family film. It's going to be one of the year's best. Let's check out the trailer, Heather.
Hey, Pharrell.
Hey, how you doing, man? You know, it'd be cool is if we told my story with Lego pieces.
Seriously?
Yes.
Nerd.
Lego.
Just be open.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say.
When I was a kid, I knew I was different. And people would say, oh, that's an odd child. And that crushed my spirit. But I loved music. It was mesmerizing to me. I would see beautiful hues of light cascading. I just thought that's what all black kids did, stared into the speaker like, whoa.
She's up all night to the sun.
Music was just coming out of me. I need to show the world what I can do.
Pharrell, I need help on this rap.
Yes, sir. It's pretty simple. Just let it bounce.
He just went in the room and freestyled it.
It's Teddy, ready with the 1-2 check.
All I cared about was making my own music, but people just said,
No.
I wasn't ready.
You can't be me, I'm a rock star.
This song is ridiculous.
Who did that?
Pharrell.
Pharrell.
wow.
My imagination would run super wild.
Dun, 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 dun. Drop it like it's hot.
I was always a bad gangster, but you brought out a smile. Hell yeah.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say.
That feels great.
Clap along if you
I firmly believe that everybody has talent, beauty, and potential. Keep opening our eyes to a whole different perspective.
Thank you, Mariah. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you.
Woo! Holy moly, guacamole. Legendary story, yeah?
Wow. Man, this is gonna be a Lego movie, bruh.
All right, hitting theaters this week from Focus Features, Piece by Piece. Are you a fan of Pharrell, Heather?
I mean, I don't think you cannot be a fan of Pharrell. He's got some really great beats that and he's collaborated with so many people that it's like you got to respect it. Yeah. And you know what? I always respect a Lego nerd. So you know what? But I will say, so I didn't know he had synesthesia. Is that how you say it?
Where you see color. When
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah, right? It's crazy. The only reason you would not like this film, Heather, is if you weren't a fan of his music, which is understandable. Not everybody's music still tastes the same, but if you do, then you cannot like this film. It's his story with his music set to Lego. Basically, it's like, how do we sell a music documentary about this guy to everybody, and especially the kids?
Mm-hmm.
Legos. And he's a big Lego collector too, by the way.
Yeah.
I was part of a press conference like a week or two ago. This man is spending paychecks on Lego builds to do with his son. You gotta love it. And they did this whole Lego thing. He also helped change Lego in regards to like the kind of hairstyles that they've been doing with Legos and people of color characters that they've done in Lego. They hadn't done it before until this film. So that's really cool to see how Lego is kind of progressing with that to kind of give those different options and color tones and all that in the Lego world universe. Yeah. So awesome. Yeah. If you love his music, it's a great little, film that for the whole family, can't go wrong. But yeah, and it makes you happy. Keyword, and everybody knows the track Happy. It sticks in you and it just makes you smile. So yeah, Piece by Piece out this week. Go see that with the whole family. My other pick, again, one of the year's best.
I want to tag in. You want to know another really cute musician that I had no idea was a Lego fan until like recently? She's a huge nerd too. Haley Bailey.
Oh, Chloe and Hallie.
Yeah.
The Bailey sisters. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like huge video game nerds and Lego nerds. And no idea. Music and Lego, apparently they go together. Just gonna say. All right, anyway, go ahead.
No, I love that. And I didn't know that. So and I'm a fan of them and makes me even more of a fan. That's dope. I like that. All right, y'all.
Sorry.
All good. Next project again is about Saturday night. Let's talk about Saturday night, and then obviously we'll know all things Saturday night. Here we go.
Hey, free comedy show, plenty of seats, plenty of tickets left, guys. Free show. Fuck's sake.
So, big night.
Look, my name is Lorne Michaels. I'm the producer of Saturday Night.
The whole night?
Yeah, the whole night.
Chevy Chase, Gilda Radner, Dan Iyek, how the fuck do you pronounce this?
Aykroyd. I was thinking, why don't we punt? We should run the dress rehearsal and claw back a win next Saturday.
We can't, Dick. It's a live show.
We're just not ready.
Doesn't matter that we're ready. It matters that it's 11:30. That's when we go on.
Lauren, all I'm trying to do is give you advice. It's in everyone's best interest, mainly yours.
Sorry, was that a threat?
Look around, Lauren. You haven't locked the script. Your crew is in open rebellion.
Fuck you! Fuck you! I definitely fuck you.
The writers on the 17th floor tied a belt around Big Bird's neck and hung him from my dressing room door.
So tell me how you fit into this ensemble.
Oh, is this an ensemble?
NBC makes more money playing reruns of The Tonight Show.
NBC is lucky to have something as relevant as this show.
One they don't even want.
That's logical, Dick. That's why they're paying us all to be here.
I mean, we're 90 minutes of live television by a group of 20-year-olds who have never made anything. Do you ever stop and wonder why they said yes? A counterculture show starring total unknowns with zero narrative and even less structure.
What the fuck?
They want you to fail.
We just have to make it to air.
Am I still in the show?
Jesus Christ.
Sorry, tripped over my penis.
All right, boom, Saturday night hitting theaters this week. Heather, were you a fan of SNL growing up? And still.
I mean, I wasn't as big of a, my SNL was not as big of a name in my household, though. You can't, like, I love SNL. When I get chances, like if I ever got a chance to like catch a rerun somewhere, I'd always watch it. Because you had some of the greats. And one thing that I will say, that what I've heard, some of the characters, we have to remember that this is based on a true story. Apparently a lot of the stuff, there's a lot of rumors about how they treated Jim Henson on the show, in the film. Like, there's a lot of stuff. We have to remember that this is a fictionalized version of a fictionalized retelling of what may or may not have happened, to sensationalize a true story. So just to kind of preempt with that, but I love, you cannot help but respect all the things that Lorne Michaels has done over the past, almost 50 years now. I think over 50 years, like it just celebrated its 50th or whatever. Mm. And what he has done for film and television, it cannot be dismissed. It cannot be dismissed. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I really am. I'm really looking forward to this movie. You cannot be in entertainment in any facet, shape, or form and not respect what SNL has done. Definitely. And same with Mad TV, by the way. Because a lot of those guys, they had made something before. They made Mad Magazine before they did this. So
definitely
watch that documentary.
You've done theater before, right, Heather?
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know, I think if anybody who's I've done a cable access show live performance here locally here in DC. Y'all, if you know, we're in DC for Fairfax Public Television. It was called the Spooky Dementia Show, where we put on a live performance, skits, and all of that. But also theater, like, and that's why I brought up theater with you, Heather. You know, live performance in front of an audience when you got to just do it and just go through it, even if you mess up, you just got to keep going. I just give a lot of props for actors and creatives that are able to do that, and you know, have stage acts, you know, from Broadway that perform around the country. Just amazing, you know, to just do all that. So I just got a lot of love for that. Seeing this behind the scenes of a legendary show was wonderful to see, and just like some of the different stories that were involved in the making of, the actors that they had involved with this. It's 90 minutes of this film is like the 90 minutes before they went on air with that first episode. If you have anxiety, I'm just be prepared with this film, but it's so well done. The actors that they cast to play the various cast members, Jim Belushi, Garrett Morris, Gilda Radner, Chevy Chase, outstanding job. Everybody brought their A game. When it comes to awards, where we're getting ready to be in award season, I'll be looking for some of these actors. These actors did an outstanding job. The cast was brilliant. Not only did they look it, they sounded like Chevy Chase and Jim Belushi and Dan Aykroyd and all that. Just a great film of an iconic show. And I was very happy with this film. And like I said, it's making my year's best list that I've been writing since the beginning of the year. And I think I only have about 7 that I know for sure. And this is one of the 7 right now. A great film, and I recommend check out Saturday Night. So there you go, y'all. Those are our picks. I'll probably have a full review on Saturday night soon. I have a lot of reviews to get up. My apologies. I'm back on that. But we have Terrifier 3, Tomb Raider, The Legend of Lara Croft, Piece by Piece, Saturday night. Where do I stand on this week, Heather?
I think this is, even if it's something that I'm not going to see, like once again, Pharrell, I'm just not that big of a music human. It's not that I don't think that it's a really cute movie. Like that's the thing, is it's a good choice, even if you're not like, right, even if it's not the movie for you, you know? So thumbs up.
Yeah, exactly. No worries. Awesome. And like we said earlier, Cadao Lake is dropping this week. Roller Jam is dropping this week. Curses is out there. I'm not sure if it was last week or this week. Everything's blending together because Heather and I have been putting in that work. The Girl Haunts a Boy, cute little film on Netflix. If I had more time, I would like all of these. There's a lot of great stuff dropping, and we've got a lot more coming on the way, y'all. So stay tuned. Thank you, Heather. Appreciate you, everybody. Also, new Agatha this week. Look for our Agatha reviews. We've been doing recaps, reviews after each episode. That's out on Disney Plus for all those Agatha lovers like us. Look for that new episode. But there you go. Let's talk about all things in the comments below, y'all. Heather Hurt, your boy QP.